Hey guys, welcome back to Canon Cinema. I'm Amanda, otherwise known as AMX NJ Reviews on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd. Today I will be reviewing David Gordon Green's sequel, Halloween Kills. I'm just gonna take a moment before I dive into this review because for me, this was one of the most disappointing movies of the year. And I absolutely loved David Gordon Green's Halloween 2018. I really appreciated that he put Laurie Strode front and center. I love that Jamie Lee Curtis came back and she was a badass. She knew Michael inside and out. She knew what she needed to do in this case. And it's a generational family connection that I really appreciated in the first one, where there's 3 generations of Strode women. You have Judy Greer as her daughter Karen, and you have her granddaughter Allison as well. So you have 3 different generations. And Michael Myers has haunted this entire family over 4 decades. It's 4 decades. So to finally get Laurie Strode 40 years later from 78, and have her daughter and her granddaughter finally believe her, believe the Lord, believe all of it in 2018 Halloween. It's really important when you're actually giving Laurie Strode a very concrete story about trauma that she has endured 40 years later from 78. So I think that Halloween 2018 as a direct sequel to John Carpenter's 78 film is one of the best new age, modern, whatever you want to call it, horror film to come out, because it pays homage to what John Carpenter did, but also presents a really strong story for Laurie Strode and Michael Myers. We have that. I just told you how awesome 2018 Halloween is. So what they attempted to do in Halloween Kills is literally just follow the exact same night from 2018. Halloween night. Shocking. Halloween Kills is a continuation of the 2018 Halloween night. We have Laurie Strode with knife wounds being taken to the ER. We have one of the officers. He's still somehow alive after getting his jugular ripped out. So we have that. We have Allison's boyfriend still somehow walking around, and he stumbles upon this officer, and everyone kind of ends up at the hospital, the Haddonfield Memorial. So everyone's going there. In the meantime, Michael Myers is literally rescued by firefighters from the Strode dungeon. Why? Why are we bringing him back again? Like, just end the storyline with Laurie Strode facing her demon and letting him burn in the Strode house. Just let it die. Let it die. But what we all know after 4 decades, and they kept telling us repeatedly in this movie, that Michael Myers is the boogeyman. He's the devil. He's evil. He's pure evil. That evil dies tonight. It's a new drinking game, by the way. So every time you watch Halloween Kills, which I'm pretty sure you shouldn't be watching it more than once, fam, unless you want to take a shot, every single time they say evil dies tonight, be my guest. You will be passed out by the middle of this movie. That is the only thing that keeps happening, is they're rehashing what we already know after 4 decades. They're rehashing it. They're restating how bad Michael is, that Michael never dies, that Laurie Strode knows him through and through, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. That is the whole movie. It's an hour 45 of everyone just talking about how bad Michael is and how you can't kill him, yet you wasted an hour and 40 of character development for the Strode women because you benched Laurie. Karen was just running around the hospital telling people that Michael Myers is coming to the hospital, which he never does. And then the daughter is out with her boyfriend who cheated on her, and we all found out in the first movie she's with him. trying to find Michael. So you have them kind of sidelined and dispersed, and then rises Anthony Michael Hall as Tommy Doyle. Now, in this case, Tommy Doyle is a nothing character. I did not care about Tommy Doyle. I didn't care about the other kids in the 78 babysitters club, that I would call them, that all lived through that Halloween night. But here's the thing. Those kids were not directly affected by Michael Myers in any way. To actually create a vigilante mob in this movie to go kill Michael Myers, it's not warranted. So Tommy Doyle is at this bar on Halloween night now, telling everyone the story of the boogeyman, the story of Michael Myers, what happened that Halloween night, how Michael Myers actually works, yada, yada, yada. He sits there and talks about it as if he experienced it. Then you praise Laurie Strode, which is fine because my girl deserves praise. But it's like, why are you telling us all this? What is the point of restating everything we know after 4 decades of this villain being in some questionable Halloween films? They're not all that great, to be perfectly honest. But it's the fact that, like, why are you telling us? Why are you telling us? We know. Why are you giving us flashbacks to that night in 78? I could have just watched 78. Why are you giving us flashbacks? What's the point? I don't care about any of these characters. I don't care about the cops. You have all of the kids who had their babysitters killed, I guess, in 78 come back just to kill them off by Michael Myers in this particular movie. Like, it just didn't make any sense. This entire movie felt pointless. It didn't push Laurie's story forward whatsoever. This hour and 48 could have been condensed to 15 minutes that you could have just tacked on to the end of 2018. Do a post-credit scene of Michael Myers coming back out of the freaking flames. Don't make a whole movie, an hour and 48, showing the mob mentality and wanting to kill Michael Myers if they do not even know who Michael Myers is. They don't know who Michael Myers is. They've never seen him, apparently, whatsoever, because there is a prisoner that is on the loose that everyone mistakes for Michael Myers. Now, if you say that you had an encounter with the boogeyman, you say that you know Michael through and through, and I'm talking about Tommy Doyle here, you say all of that because you were traumatized. Wouldn't you know what Michael Myers looks like? Wouldn't you trust Laurie Strode after she tells you that the person you're going after isn't Michael Myers? You apparently know all of this backstory, all of this lore, where Michael's gonna kill next, all of that. You praise Laurie, as I said before, and then you don't even listen to her? What? Like, you're stupid. And that's the other thing, is that all of these characters had very lazy, nonsensical writing. It didn't make any sense for any of these characters to do what they did. It's actually really frustrating. Even the kills in this movie, the victims deserved whatever the hell Michael was going to do to them. I was rooting, literally rooting for Michael Myers in this movie. Not supposed to. I was absolutely terrified in 2018. I was scared. I was watching this movie like this in 2018. The suspense, the score, the sound design for Michael Myers, because you know how he has the breathing and the mask and all of that. The sound design in 2018 paid homage to Carpenter's in 78, but in this case, there was no suspense. I was laughing because there was no reason for Michael to even kill half of these people whatsoever, other than the fact that, like, he's unhinged, he's pissed, they tried to burn him. Okay. Were the kills pretty cool? Some of them, I have to admit. There were some really cool kills. He did not care. He didn't care. He's like, I'm going to kill you all. You kept me in that freaking dungeon. You stabbed me. You did this, this, and this. Okay. I'm gonna just go off. And he did. He didn't care who was in his way. That's probably the only thing that stays true to this title, is that, yeah, Halloween Kills, he's gonna kill you. And the kills were cool. The kills were cool because the victims were stupid. And that is why that's a problem, because I was laughing. I was laughing. My whole theater was laughing with every single kill. Any type of situation where we all know, we've watched this after, how many times have we watched Michael kill someone? This man does not run. Michael Myers does not run. Michael Myers stands there and he'll walk. He will walk up to kill you. You could be booking it, and obviously they're going to fall, they're going to trip, no, whatever. These people stop running and they hide. They stop running and they hide. They don't do anything. They just stand there as if he's not going to turn the corner and find you. So what bothers me is that if this guy is walking, you can easily drive away, disappear, all of that. I get that there's horror convention, there's tropes, whatever. I understand that. But in this particular case, it was just sheer stupidity. No one had any aim with their guns whatsoever. And there was one particular scene, it was in a car, and Michael Myers is on top of the car. So you have this woman who has about 5 bullets in the chamber, and she literally wastes them all and doesn't even wait for him to get a clear shot whatsoever. Not only that, they're in a car. They're in a car where you could drive away. No one does that. No one does that. The kills in some cases were poorly executed because of how stupid these people are and how dumb they made everyone in this movie. And there was no suspense, causing everyone to laugh at what Michael Myers was doing. So it's a movie where it just kept getting worse as it went on. Nothing happens in this movie. There's nothing to push anyone forward into Halloween Ends. Absolutely nothing. You also have Laurie Strode, who was benched for the entire movie, which pissed me off. She slept for half an hour and then she got back up, broke open her own goddamn stitches, and went back into her hospital room and just stayed there. Delivered a very good Shakespearean monologue stating that Michael always goes back to his childhood home and stands in the window. And after that, she states that Michael Myers is indeed immortal, confirming it. But we already know. We already know all of this. We knew all of this. So did David Gordon Green try to divert expectations and change it up a bit? Yeah. Did it work? No, because none of it made sense. None of it made sense. The character decisions, just nothing. The dialogue was horrendous. And I never rooted for a villain this hard in my life. I wanted everyone in Haddonfield to die because that's what they deserved. All of them deserve that. You also reduced Laurie and Karen and Allison to side characters, and you presented them as leads in the first one. All 3 of them were together and you could really feel it. You could feel their connection. You could feel how, just empowering they made those 3 women. And then in this movie, it was like they felt so helpless for absolutely no reason at all. You can't say you know someone through and through, you know a villain through and through, you know how to kill him, yada, yada. You can't say you know all that and then do nothing. The whole movie, you're locked up in this hospital. Laurie Strode's locked up in this hospital. Karen comes out of nowhere last minute and does what she needs to do. I'm not going to spoil the ending, but I'm like, what? She does what she needs to do. And then Allison, useless the entire time. It's just choices. That's it. The choices that were made in Halloween Kills, hella disappointing. No suspense. Even Carpenter's score was mediocre. There were some pieces that were great and accompanied the kills, accompanied certain scenes. That's great. There was no suspense that came with his score in this movie. And that broke my heart because that's one of my favorite ththings from 78. And 2018, he did the same thing. Nailed both of those movies. This had nothing. So Halloween Kills was a big miss for me. One of the most disappointing, if not just the most disappointing movie of the year for me. I'm so upset with this one, considering how much I loved 2018. I love 2018. This was just a mess. Just felt like one long ass trailer for Halloween Ends, and it was an unnecessary film. I don't want to completely bash it. Like, I laughed. It was funny at certain times, which is a good thing. It was funny, but it was funny for the wrong reasons. I'm laughing at the movie. I'm not laughing with the comedic cues that were placed in the movie. And I think that's a misstep when the entire theater is commenting throughout the entire film, when the entire theater is literally laughing at every single move that the killer does, that the victims do. Like, it's something that just shouldn't be happening. And if it's a good horror film, you're gonna feel that suspense. You're gonna stay quiet. You're going to really just listen and be completely involved in the atmosphere that's created by these directors. And it's unbelievable to me that it's the exact same team from 2018 who did Halloween Kills. Just completely different film entirely. So that is my review of Halloween Kills. I don't know if you guys enjoyed it or not, but I'm really sorry that this is a complete negative review. I'm just really disappointed, and I expected so much more from this. If you guys enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. You can always find me over at AMXNDA Reviews on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd. I'm still doing my Spooktober marathon, so hopefully I can get a couple more horror movies in. I'll catch you guys next time. Keep watching movies.